Holmes has been locked away in his room for days, always saying the same things. I'm thinking, Watson. Very good, Watson. As you wish, Watson. But I am thinking too, so much so that I can't sleep. Annie Chapman. Good Lord.
Alright, so I've looked at all that. Nothing to look at over here. I have something new. Oh, yes,
Holmes examined the broken jar that belonged to Finley's tenant. I wonder what this substance is. I don't recognize the odor.
Formalin, Watson. This jar contained formalin. Interesting, don't you think? I've been waiting for something for days. Just the tiniest bit of news that would make sense of this whole matter. But there's nothing, neither from the press nor the police. Unless Inspector Aberline is holding on to some information without realizing its importance, which is quite possible. It is time for you to return to the police station in Whitechapel, Watson. And didn't you tell me that you had a matter to take care of it? Take advantage of it to learn more about this pill and its contents.
Ah, but Holmes, it's late, and spending another night in this district is hardly my idea of entertainment.
I know, Doctor, but we don't have any choice. Time is against us. Take your pistol in case you run into any troublesome characters.
Fine, as you wish, Holmes.
Alright, back over here. Voice him. I was only halfway listening to their conversation, so I can't say for certain. Okay.
Good evening. I hope I'm not disturbing you.
Not at all, Doctor. This man, Mr. Richardson, is a witness to the horrid affair at 29 Hanbury Street, the murder of Annie Chapman. We are discussing the relevance of his testimony.
You're probably not in a position to discuss it with me, but I would like to know more about what you call the relevance of this young man's testimony.
Oh, there's no secrecy. It's simply that the testimony given by Mr. Richardson doesn't match the time of death given by the coroner, Dr. Phillips.
What was the time of death, according to him?
Before 4:30 in the morning.
My conclusions were the same. Were there any other conflicting testimonies?
Well, 2 other witnesses summoned at the preliminary inquest gave testimony, but in these cases too, the times don't match.
Do you remember what it was they said?
I didn't question them myself. A colleague of mine took down their statements on paper, but on deciding they were of little use, he tore them up and threw them in the bin. There's no point in being bogged down with useless paperwork.
Wow. People are stupid.
I will take my leave, Humphreys.
Goodbye, Doctor.
What's the point of taking a testimony and then tearing it up? At least wait until the investigation is over.
May I introduce myself? I'm Dr. Watson. I am...
You wouldn't be the chap what writes the detective stories in that there paper?
Well, yes, indeed, my stories have been published in the Strand.
Go blimey, wanna tell me old mum?
It would seem your testimony is the subject of some debate. Could you tell me what it was about?
They'll be telling I'm a bit befuddled about the times that I told them. But it can't be so. I knows what I sees and what I don't sees that morning.
What did you see, or what didn't you see? And at what time, would you say?
I'll tell you this for nothing. It's me old mum who lives at the house where the body was found out back in the garden. She has her shop at the bottom to the right of the stairs. Her door was broken down not too far back because it's a real zoo it is. Right, the morning it happened, I head that way to see if me old mum has finally had the place broken into. It was 4:45 when I got there. That I'll swear on me dear old mum's life. I had a look round to see if the cellar had been taken. No. I had a little sit down on the stairs by the courtyard because my shoes were causing me no end of pain and I had a cut and all. I didn't see a single thing below the steps, Doctor, not one single thing. If there was some bird all covered in blood, tain't no how I could have missed that, even if it were night time. Right, 5 minutes after getting to number 29, I had to clip off. And now they tells me that either I can't tell time no more, or I was fixing me loafer next to a stiff that was still steaming. All right then. Evening, gents.
Yes, Doctor?
So, how far along are the investigations into these two recent murders?
Everyone around here believes both crimes were committed by the same man. But as for the Hanbury Street and Bucks Row crimes, nobody has heard or seen a thing.
By the way, have you heard of a Dr. Tumblety?
No. Is it important?
Yes. Well, no, maybe. Actually, I don't know. I have heard about this man, his frequent nocturnal outings and bizarre behavior.
What does this chap look like, Doctor? And where can we find him?
The last I heard was that he was staying at Finley's place, the man who was looking for me a few days ago.
It would greatly assist us if you could ask Finley what your strange associate looks like. We could then see if the description matches any witness accounts.
I will take my leave, Humphreys.
Goodbye, Doctor.
There is a strong smell of gas. It seems to be coming from the abandoned building.
Best be careful.
There is a strong smell of gas. It seems to be coming from the abandoned building. Good evening, Finley. How are you?
Oh, good evening, Doctor. So. And you?
It smells of gas here.
You might say, Doctor. Without wanting to speak ill of the force, I have to wonder if the police are up to something.
What do you mean?
Well, I was outside yesterday evening when the light went out at my place, and a gas smell came from the abandoned building across from my place. And a minute later, the police arrived and were snooping all around like it was them who hit the gas before arriving.
Have things sorted themselves out with your strange tenant?
Don't talk about it, Doctor. That man is truly bizarre. He goes to the most sordid locations once night falls. 3 days ago, my wife told me she saw him come in with blood-stained clothes and a fearsome look.
Interesting. What does he look like, and how old is he?
Oh, he's my age, give or take, so the other side of 50. He's always dressed in a striking manner with an American hat. He's big, close to 5'11", I'd say. He has a strange voice, not just his accent, see, his voice.
I mean, I heard what could be presumably Dr. Tumbletee's voice talking to that lady before we done murdered her, and I would agree it sounded a little odd.
Very well. Goodbye for now, Finley.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Now then, let's go to the police station.
Back to the police station. Fine.
Yes, Doctor.
Tumbletee is a man around 5'11", about 55 years old, extravagantly dressed and with a rather distinctive voice. He boards at Finley's. You should know where that is, as the police were there only yesterday. Their arrival coincided with a strange gas leak.
Ah, yes, I know where you mean. Indeed, there was an odd affair with the gas. It was rather unsettling. We were searching for a well-known scoundrel who was ratted out by Squibby, the chap we followed and saved from the pack a few days ago. This thug, No Pity Bluto, must have been in the abandoned building in question. But there was no sign of him when we arrived. Furthermore, an inspector said that, given the smell, the thingamabob that supplies gas to the building was probably damaged. So we took no risks and were called away somewhere else.
I will take my leave, Humphreys.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Okay. That didn't really tell me much as to where I'm supposed to go now. But I guess I'll go talk to Finley, and then I'll go talk to my cobble man, maybe? Probably gotta wait till tomorrow for that, though. Where exactly does one enter this building? In the front? Right there, I guess. I can't go into this building. I assume those are all stop signs. And by stop signs, I mean street signs.
Anything else, Doctor?
I guess
Very
not.
well. Goodbye for now, Finley.
Goodbye, Doctor.
I don't know. I was not given much direction. There, yeah. I can go talk to the guy at the thing. I want to walk there my own self. I don't want to fast travel. I just have to remember how to get there.
I have no reason to go that way.
Okay, then I'll turn this way.
Good evening, Dr. Gibbons.
Dr. Watson.
Did you keep the cane we spoke of last time?
I was going to sell it tomorrow, would you believe, having not heard word.
Do you have any formalin here?
No, definitely not. They have it in university hospitals to conserve anatomical specimens in jars. But in a little clinic like mine, we don't keep anything but bad memories.
Well, farewell, Doctor.
Goodbye, Dr. Watson.
Well, we know he didn't get
I
it
must
from
retrieve
here.
Sickert's cane at all costs.
Just steal it, it's fine. It's right here. I'll just snatch it and leave. Oh, okay. I just noticed your message, so I'm not sure. That was a few minutes ago. Okay. But I'm alright with having a lurky turkey.
Good evening, Mr. Solomonovich.
Good evening, Doctor. What a pleasure to see you again.
Have you finished converting the harnesses?
Yes, just now. I got a little behind because of all the commotion.
Cool.
Commotion?
Don't you start. 3 days ago, the very afternoon that you passed by, there was a chase throughout the neighborhood. Hundreds of people were chasing one man, claiming he was responsible for the murders these last few days. Schmonz! It was awful. I hope those maniacs didn't catch him. Better the police should.
Tell me, did John Pizer turn himself in to the police?
Things unfolded as they should. Look in the newspaper, the Daily News from today.
Okay.
Farewell, Isaac.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Alright, time to read 2 pages. Make sure I don't have any text from Mother. Okay. So, the Whitechapel murders. And we're on September 11th. And we started on the 1st. So it's been 10 days since we started this. Good to know. So, there is good reason why, without prejudice to the case of the man who is now in custody, the public acceptance of the maniacal theory should be endorsed and encouraged. There is positive danger in the growth of any other opinion at present in the Whitechapel. As we have said, the mutilation of bodies, excepting in rare cases to further the murderer's chances of safety, is foreign to the English style in crime. There is a disposition at once, therefore, to set down such atrocities to the credit of some ill-bred and ill-nourished foreigner from the lowest dens of vice in Europe. So in Whitechapel there was arising a murmur of ugly foreboding for some of the foreign element there. Sheer rumor of the silliest kind was beginning to take an odious procession, and there was arising in the East End a Judenhelzy more abhorrent than that which abroad is due to religious fanaticism, to hate the Jew for his religion, to call him misbeliever, cutthroat dog, and spit upon his Jewish gabardine, even metaphorically, is bad enough, but to call him leather apron and to imply thereby his readiness to murder women and practice anatomy with his knife upon them is the refinement of cruelty. There was reason to fear till yesterday that the tendency toward thus insulting the Jews of Whitechapel was growing amid the embarrassing perplexity as to the origin of the murders. The police have discouraged this line of suspicion by acting momentarily upon it, and then proving it by their release of the Jew whom they had arrested that there was not a doubt of his innocence. For the happy result, we may look lightly upon the apparently ludicrous error of this arrest. Pizer, with an S for some reason instead of a Z, the man arrested was found sitting quietly at home, totally undisturbed by any panic or bloodthirsty demand for the mythical personage, I guess, Leather Apron. He is said to be a poor sickly man whom it was not possible to associate with the assassin now so eagerly wanted, and the reporters seem to have found what the police might easily have learned, that he had not left his house since Thursday last. Pizer, however, will probably not regret his short detention if it has finally put a stop to these anti-Jewish suspicions. The inquest on the body of Annie Chapman was opened yesterday, but without throwing any new light on the murder. As a result of the investigations of the police into the circumstances attending the murder of Annie Chapman at Whitechapel, several men were arrested yesterday on suspicion. The arrests which were considered to be the most important were those of a Polish Jew named Pizer near the scene of the crime, and of a man named Piggott at Gravesend. Pizer was released last evening, but Piggott, being considered to be insane, is to be detained under observation. Interesting. Okay. Come on, let me in! Let me in!
Yes, Doctor?
Oh, I see.
Well, farewell, Doctor.
Goodbye, Dr. Watson.
I must retrieve Sickett's cane at all costs.
Yeah.
Yes, Doctor?
Here are your harnesses, Doctor.
They are top quality, I'd say. Definitely worth the price of this walking stick. Here, it's yours.
Well, farewell, Doctor.
Goodbye, Dr. Watson.
I must go to Miss Bella's.
I will go to Miss Bella's in a minute. I want to see if he has anything to say about this.
Yes, Doctor?
Could you tell me what type of pill this is?
Yes, we have those here. It's not really a medication. We give them to patients with chronic respiratory conditions like tuberculosis.
Did you have a patient by the name of Annie Chapman, the woman killed 3 days ago?
Indeed. She came in the morning of her death. Poor woman.
Did you give her these pills?
Yes, now that I think of it. She actually came in twice. The first time I gave her an almost empty container without making her pay. She came back during the day and said she dropped the container and stepped on the pills. She wanted to know if I could give her more again without paying. I refused. After she left, a patient who was there told me that he lives at the same place and confided that she had been lying. He saw the pills fall in the tenement's communal kitchen, but the woman immediately wrapped them up in a piece of paper.
Where did this paper come from?
According to this man, she'd found it near the chimney in the kitchen.
Anyone could have thrown that paper there. That envelope can't have anything to do with the murder.
Pardon, Doctor?
Nothing. I was just talking to myself. Well, farewell, Doctor.
Goodbye, Dr. Watson.
I must go to Miss Bella's.
Okay, so I have confirmed that the envelope was not the murderer's, but was actually Miss Chapman's. I am going to Miss Bella's, and I will use my map for that, because it's much faster. Where was it? There it is. Oh, he's not here. I do assume all these paintings are going to say the same
These
thing.
paintings are... These paintings are... These paintings are...
Move. Invisible wall.
These paintings are... suggestive.
Okay. I just wanted my little thingies to be green.
Best not to stray off in that direction.
I assume those
These
will say the same.
paintings are... These paintings are... Good evening, ma'am. Your door was open. Isn't that a little dangerous?
Hello, Doctor. Don't worry if the looks of anyone who enters doesn't please me. Me and my pistol know how to convince them to leave.
Do you happen to know Annie Chapman, the poor woman who was killed 3 days ago?
Dark Annie? Like all the drifters in the area, I've seen her once or twice. With respect to the dead, Annie really was the bottom of the barrel.
What do you mean?
Well, in our profession, the pretty young ones go out when night has barely fallen and don't have a problem finding takers. But poor girls like Annie or Polly Nichols, who aren't as tender and are often sick, sometimes trudge around for a whole night in the cold and the rain before landing a client. And that doesn't help their appearances either. They don't have much choice about paying for a bed for a few hours, a glass of gin or a hot meal.
How terribly sad.
That's the price of survival in Whitechapel, my angel. One of my girls knew Annie for some time. They bought some jewellery on the black market, I think.
Jewellery? How could Annie Chapman have possibly afforded jewellery?
Luxuries for a woman are always relative to her condition, Doctor. As a matter of fact, it was real cheap junk. Annie got 3 assorted brass rings, I think. It's been said I have a memory for jewellery.
How is Lucy keeping?
She's doing well, Doctor, but believe me, it won't last. Rare are the girls who can build a future in our profession.
Very well, I shall let you get back to work, Ma.
See you soon, my love.
All right. We have some more stuff for our abduction. Or maybe more for our conclusion? Mayhaps more for our conclusion. There we go. Interesting. Alright, now what I do with this information, I'm not entirely sure. Let's see, so... I kind of wanted to give that guy his cane back, but I guess... Oh wait, maybe I can talk to her about it if I equip it. Looking at items, grab.
You're still there, Doctor?
I found the cane that was stolen from your client. Here it is.
Doctor, you are a real saint, I can see that. I'll finally be able to present my bill to this damned painter. If by chance you see him, tell him that a little surprise awaits him here.
You told me you would give me some information on this Dr. Tumblety.
Agreed. He's a Canadian or an American. He parades from time to time through the neighbourhood in a 50-guinea suit and acts like a doctor. But for business, he isn't worth it. This damn Yankee hates women. The few times that he was approached by the girls, he spit on them, all the while hurling insults. It would seem that he was hunting for the bad boys. He's looking for trouble, that animal.
Does he frequent any pub in particular?
Aye, the Wasp's Nest on Burner Street, I think. A seedy spot even by our standards.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically
well,
the lady pimp.
Get back to work, Ma.
See you soon, my love.
She keeps track of all the ladies because we're in a brothel at the moment. So now I'm gonna go to the Wasp Nest. I'm gonna go see if I can have a friendly chat with this chap. Let's see, the Wasp Nest was this way, I do believe. Yes, it's right down the way. There seems to be a lady passed out on the floor. Hello, are you okay?
I have nothing to ask.
What? You got some weird bruises on your back, ma'am. Alright, well, pardon me. Oh, it's the wrong intersection. I apologise.
The Wasp's Nest. This pub looks even more disreputable than the Golden Lion in Baker Street.
That was a face. Well, I guess I should go talk to her. Ew. Yeah, basically.
Good evening. Would you happen to have seen a Dr. Tumblety? A man of a certain age dressed in a flamboyant manner.
If you're looking for some company, Gov, you've come to the wrong place. Me? I'm just here to pour. I don't care who you is, I knows nothing, and I don't care neither.
Also, I only explained it because you said you were going to be a lurky-turkey, and I wasn't sure if you noticed.
Good evening. Would you happen to have...
If you're looking for some company...
Good evening, sir.
It'll be the coup of my career, Governor said. Ha! You'll make loads of dosh of the paper, he said.
Dosh, that's right. That was what the D was.
You're a journalist?
That's so. Tom Bulling at your service. The Whitechapel ferret, the wizard with the scoop.
You don't appear to be in a state to write anything, my friend.
You're mistaken. Whiskey passes through the blood and turns into ink. Simple. You see,
Why is there
mugs and
blood on your
inkwells
paper,
are all
sir?
the same.
Don't you think you should settle your tab and go home?
My red ink? Where's my red ink? I won't even pay half a halfpenny if they don't return my red ink. It's my blood you hear.
I mean, I was asking why you had red on your paper, but was it actually blood? Stab, stab.
Very well, I'll be on my way.
That was a noise. Startled me slightly. I'll talk to the bartender last, because I want to. Hey, I know
Good
you.
evening, sir.
Well, I know you. Why? We met at Miss Pullman's the other day. So you've come to slum it in Whitechapel, eh?
Do you know Dr. Tumblety, a Canadian or American chap? Quite an extravagant dresser. Frequents this pub now and then.
Are you intimate?
No. What do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. I just wanted to prove my discretion concerning this man, in so much and so far as I know him. You wouldn't like it if one day the tables were turned and everyone was talking about why you were in the borough. Isn't that so?
As it happens, I saw Miss Pullman recently. She told me that she couldn't wait to see you again. She said something about a surprise that is waiting for you at her establishment.
Why, that is some of the best news I've heard, my friend. As thanks, I would like to let you in on a secret. The man that you were talking about, and whom I happen to know by sight, passed by and went through that little door that you see over there. Another man let him in. They weren't together for more than a few minutes, to be sure, eh?
Well, I will continue my search.
Ah, love.
But what is this person trying to imply? This matter is beyond me.
Hello.
Greetings, my good man. Could I have a pint?
That's not quite what I was... Okay, I guess I'm gonna drink a little.
I've been told that Dr. Tumblety might be found around here. Is that so?
I don't do a roll call of all the drunkards here. I've got my hands full just making sure I get their money.
Don't people pay when they order?
Nah, look at that little scribbler there. Completely dead drunk. Tonight's tally is about as long as his arm. If he skips out, I'll be in for a guinea almost.
Goodbye, my friend.
Oi, that's it.
What? Alright, well it's...
This is the sink where the barmaid puts the glasses to soak. Look, red ink. What's that doing here? The bottle is closed. There must still be some ink inside, and it looks like a glass. The barmaid must have put ink into the sink by mistake.
Right, do I get in your way? Me?
If you'll excuse me, sir.
Calm down a little, bartender. Jesus.
You're the best. The boss told me. My red ink. Well, where's she be?
I found your red ink, my friend. You should settle up and head home.
Thank you, my friend, thank you. The spring-heeled phantom will be revived.
Alright. Did you actually pay your tab, though? That's kind of my question right now.
Gov?
Here you go. It's on the journalist, my friend.
I owe you one. The next one is on me. What'll it be?
Nothing, thanks. But I may need your help. Listen, my friend. I would like you to let me in the door over there.
You're a bobby? A peeler?
Absolutely not, my friend. I am a doctor.
Fine. I owe you this at least. There's a bloke behind that door there. No pity Bluto. Let's just say he wants to lay low for a moment. So I don't think he'll be opening the door just now. Unless... Tell him you have word from Squibby. They'll open the door. But who can say what'll happen when the door closes?
Goodbye, my friend.
Oi, that's it.
Can you not be so aggressive when you end the conversation, though? That's all I want you to do. Stop being so aggressive. Hello? Knock, knock.
Let me in. I have news from Squibby. But stay calm.
And who are you? Where's Squibby? He's out.
To be honest, I don't actually know this Squibby chap. I was actually wondering if you knew Dr. Tumblety, a Canadian or American fellow. He came in...
Sure we know him.
Excellent. Can you...
You know about gas?
I'm afraid not. I am a doctor.
Then I ain't interested. You can be leaving now. But if I find out who snitched to the peelers, I'll find you. Got it?
But I can pay you for...
Keep your coins for the paupers, or one of the gas boys who ain't afraid of nothing and knows how to hold his tongue. You bring him to me, I'll meet with you.
Who am I bringing? I'm not entirely sure who I'm supposed to be bringing you. Ugh. Just looking at the stream, it looks so laggy trying to turn. Like, it's fine on my end, on my other TV. But me turning via the stream seems to be just a little laggy. No, it looks fine on this one, on this stream. Alright, so where exactly do you want me to go right now? That's my question. Oh! I didn't even think about doing that. That's not something I did. Well, I didn't think that that was worth my time. Not very smart I am.
Here are the ripped statements. I can piece them together again.
Okay. Oh, that's a lot larger piece of paper than I was expecting. Can I flip these papers? No? Because they seem to be going in different directions. Can I flip you? Oh, I can flip you. Oh god. Let's see. I'm not 100% sure where that one goes. I'm gonna put this one here. That one there. And then I guess... Well, I don't know where this one's supposed to be, because it looks like it would go here. That doesn't look right, but I'll figure it out. Wait, I have... Oh, right, there's two papers. I forgot there's two papers. Okay, so it could be like that then. Okay. Okay. Alright. That's not right. There we go. That doesn't look right. So I'll put this one here. There we go. There we go. There you go. No. There we go. Neither of those look right. Just set you here for the moment. Here we go. That's not right. I mean, there's just a bit missing, but I guess that's fine. I mean, it looks a little messed up, so maybe this middle page is wrong.
There, all done. Holmes couldn't have done better himself.
Alright, so testimony of E. Long. On the morning of the murder, the witness left her domicile at 32 Church Street at approximately 5 a.m. to get Battlefield Market. She was passing down Hanbury Street at about 5:30 a.m. The witness was certain of the time as she declares that she heard the clock at the Black Eagle Brewery on Brick Lane strike half an hour just before she entered the street. In front of 29 Hanbury Street, she saw a man and woman talking. It shouldn't be noted that the witness identified the body of Anne Chapman at the morgue. It should be noted that the witness identified the body of Anne Chapman at the morgue as being the aforementioned woman. Okay? This identification was solicited by our services. The man seen with the victim is described by the witness as follows. Age at least 40, height a little taller than a woman with whom he was discussing, approximately 5 feet 3 inches. Okay. Clothing, brown deer stalker hat, dark coat without a doubt on this point. Oh, okay. It really threw me for a second. General appearance of the working class. Particular markings, dark hair and mustache, dark face, looks like a foreigner. The witness only saw the man from behind and wouldn't be able to recognize or identify him. The term foreigner is often associated with a person of Jewish origin. Okay. And then what about the other one? Where's the other one? Where's the other testimony? Oh, okay. I right-clicked on it. So, the witness resides at 27 Hanbury Street, the building adjoining number 29 of the same street, and the two respective backyards are separated by the wooden fence, tall and thin. On the morning of the murder, the witness got up at 5:15 a.m. and went to the yard where the latrine was. It was at 5:20 a.m. On going back into the house, the witness heard voices from behind the fence coming from number 29. The only word that he understood was no. He went into the building again and returned to the yard approximately 4 minutes later, whereupon he heard a noise as if something fell against the fence. He then departed for work. When he passed in front of the church, it was approximately 5:32 a.m. Okay. Why are we zooming in on the trash can? Oh, okay. 2 years ago. Alright, one moment. Alright, 2 years ago at gunpoint were the White Plume Mountain Inn, also called the Kayak Affair. 5 years, Dartmoor. Okay, Benjamin Benny the Scholar. Faggot. Okay, that's a weird last name. Houndsditch. Falsifying bank records, using false bank records, misappropriation of funds to the detriment of the Royal Bank of London. 8 years, Dartmoor. I don't know what these are. It's concerning certain arrests. Okay. Jacob Levy, 30, Aldgate, theft of a weight of meat from his employer. Heyman Sampson, butcher at 58. Okay, 20 months. Oh, that's saying how long they're gonna be in. That makes sense. Alright, Ron Obvious. What the fuck is that last name? 26. Address unknown. Vagrancy, embezzlement, indecent assault, degradation of a religious building to the detriment of the authorities in charge of the cathedral. City of London Lunatic Asylum, indeterminate duration. James Longfoot Jim. Okay.
An old report on arrests that took place a few years earlier. Well, it would seem that I have all the information I need for my investigation. Anyway, this fellow Bluto at the Wasp's nest is rather shady and doesn't look like he'll want to cooperate. I'd be better off returning to Baker Street. Holmes will certainly know what to do. And besides, I am worn out. Let's go back to Baker Street. Home, sweet home.
Also, it sounds like I'm gonna need to get off.
There we are, Holmes. I've told you in great detail everything that happened last night.
Excellent work, Watson. We shall now be prepared to answer a few questions about the horrible murder in Hanbury Street.
Do you think we are now in a position to find out the identity of the murderer of these two women?
No, I don't think so. It's outside of our scope and not our responsibility. As much as you've done for Leather Apron and the affair with the pills, our mission is to help the police by ensuring that they don't get caught up following false leads and to point them in the right direction. Let us start from what we know with some certitude. As you have just said, it is almost certain that the same person killed the Bucks Row and Hanbury Street victims. The reason to assume as much are numerous, and I shan't elaborate here. What do these two victims have in common?
Sorry, I was looking at my phone responding to my mother, so, I don't know what the fuck you were just asking me.
Perhaps they both knew someone in common.
Quite literally, you're right, the killer, but that doesn't tell us much. Had these two women had an acquaintance in common, the police investigation would most certainly have found out about it, and yet it didn't.
Apparently nothing, Holmes.
Are you feeling all right, Watson? Come on, are you quite sure these two women had nothing in common?
It's true these two women were in the same profession, but...
Indeed, Watson, these two women were both prostitutes. That is of vital importance, Watson.
My memory from your examination of the scene is rather hazy. Didn't you say something about the killer's frame of mind?
I was talking about the victim's possessions that were placed on the ground and the rings missing from Annie Chapman's finger. This killer is a cunning predator, comes from a rather humble background and shows steely self-control in carrying out the murders.
Something is puzzling me, Holmes. Richardson's testimony contradicts the time of death given by Dr. Phillips, which also matches my own, 4:30 a.m.
And yes, we shall confirm that, Watson, and attempt to determine the precise time of death. In order to do that, we will need to place everyone involved on a timeline. Only after that will we be able to place the knife symbolizing our killer. Let's look at our timeline, Watson.
Okay. I'm gonna try and look at this timeline before I get off. I don't know which one the timeline is. Estimate time of death according to DRS. I've never seen a DRS before. I was gonna say doctor, but what's the S? Watson and Phillips. Okay. So let's see, we got Jesus Christo. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna go. I was gonna try and do this timeline right quick, but I guess not. Alright. Well, I am gonna skedoodle. I will be back. I don't know. Probably not tonight. Maybe tomorrow? I don't know. Haven't decided. We'll see. But, you can always go back and watch the VOD that you didn't see. Go to YouTube, watch some tunes over there. You know, you got options. Alright. But I will talk to you dudes in the later times.